Here's the oven. Take a good look. It's done. It's made entirely of stone, which we call volcanic stone. Well, here you have to get to the door and be very careful because, oh God. And here it says, that's right, April 1911, apparently. Savoring it, really enjoying it. The little leaves from an ear of corn. There's the owner of the wall watching. Oh, wow, look, look. He's challenging him there. They found out this was useful for making sweets. They started harvesting the barrel cactus heavily, right? There came a time when it was almost becoming extinct.
Santa Ordera stayed with the
On another note, hello, how are you, friends? Let me tell you that now we have come here to the heart of the mountains where this ranch called El Terrero is located. Municipality of Calvillo, I imagine, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but I think it's the municipality of Calvillo where we're going to take a little walk. Here, where the houses are, which I believe were the first ones in this community, it was small many years ago, but now it has grown. We can still see the wall sections. We see the wall sections that are very, very old, this one, and there are the little houses. Just look at that little room over there. Can you imagine how old it is? Now there's nothing left but the door. The people who lived there or occupied it, only God knows where they went. Up there you can see another wall, also very worn down because of the passage of time. And we have to be careful here because we are right in the middle of the mountains. Well, here it is. Look at the wall section. A little off, but steady. Only God knows who would live here, maybe a small family, because the little room is small. Here it had apparently some kind of window. Here it is, look. Some kind of window. Here comes another wall section. There's a little path going up there that I think leads to that house where you can see those kids struggling to push a bicycle uphill. Here we are then. A motorcycle that I think the same thing happened to us to that little room. It broke down over there, some mechanical failure. And there's the tire. It's very... Here, wait a second, let's not go. This is a drawer. If I'm not mistaken, it's a drawer. Angels. It seems like it came from a wardrobe here. They pulled it. If the entrances are here, then maybe it was from the house. That one too, you don't know where it's from. So over here, on this side, we see a different structure. A different structure because you can see a house. It's an old house and they've already made some repairs. No, no, no. They fixed it up a bit with cement in order to preserve it. But look at the work these people did. And it's not recent. I don't know if they tried to cover the Adobe. The gutters must be original, although you can see a tiled roof on top. There it is. That's another one that just by looking at it, you can tell it's been there for many years. Here, I think it's a window from that house because it's really, really beautiful. The house is well preserved.
Where's the date?
In
Abril 1911.
there it is, right? And here it is. That's right, April 1911, it seems.
But why are they so low down like that?
I think that maybe this boundary wall was what divided the property. Over time it got filled in. Or maybe it was lower down from the start because it has a water outlet.
To me, it seems like it's for the drainage slope.
Yes, it has a water outlet. I think it was built on a slope. And that's where they put in a drain. So, yes, we can see that they are, well, there it is, 1911. When it was built, I think this house, which must be a big house, we don't know who the founders of this were. Here is a pillar that was meant to support the corner. You can see that's the facade of that house. Here is also a wall which was used to mark property boundaries. From there on, it's another property. Here we see that, I don't know if it is, yes, it was a tree. When it dried up, they made the cuts, but if you look closely and know a bit about agriculture, it ended up like a plow handle of a plow. Someone who knows what the plow handle was? It was the part behind the beam that you used to steer the plow. And that's how it stayed. Here is a stretch of wall. A stretch of wall where, well, only the memories remain. They handle cattle here, I think, since you can see it. We have the little farm animals. And here is a little goat that's very busy. She still has a few leaves left. And there she is, look at her, making her way through life. Huh? They're savoring it and really enjoying it. The husks from an ear of corn. No, really, he has an appetite. Look over there, on that side, Eric. That boundary wall over there, just look. What a beautiful boundary wall, which is part of that one's property. And here is another one, I imagine.
The stone, how much did it break with?
They keep this stone there. Maybe it was a boundary wall. This was a large boundary wall that's now reinforced with this wall section that is about, I don't know, 45 centimeters wide to protect it. Things, like in all old communities, have changed. Now we see boundary walls, yes, with unfinished construction. What are you finding? There you go, the owner of the wall. There's the owner of the wall. Watch out. Oh, wow. Look, look. He's challenging him right there. He's challenging him right there. What? Oh, look. He's doing his push-ups so you don't even think about it. I think this was an alley back in those years. Now it's become a street, but a wide one. A little street, but a wide one. They already thought there would be furniture, that there would be more activity, that this community would develop. And here is workmanship from 1911, look. This door is many years old. The wooden one.
Did you avoid adding many hoses to it, and why?
This is so that the chickens don't get out. It's so the animals don't get out because, well, they don't fit here. There's a gap here because the tenon of this board broke. The tenon is this, look. These boards have it here, and here they have the tenon, which is the part that goes into the slot in that upright post over there. And, well, this door is very old. Many, many years. It's a blessing that they've kept it like this. They also added this to prevent it. So people don't jump over, you know? They're trying to preserve all of this. It's good that there are proud people. There's that wall, very well built. There's still a room there that they've tried to keep up. It's like an elderly person who gets sick and they try to keep them going. That's how these properties are. Look here. This house right here, painted yellow, at least this part dates back many years. It's just plastered to protect it. We plaster it to take care of it, to preserve it, but look, we're right in the middle of the mountains, and look at the bougainvillea in full bloom decorating the house. And here we keep walking down this little street. There's the orchard they've already planted there, hoping for corn to grow. And here's another big house at number 105. It's a big house. Goodbye, sir. This one, I imagine, used to be 2 stories. There's a little window there, or maybe it was just, I don't know, for ventilation. If you look closely, here it was either a door or they opened it to put this one in, but most likely they opened it because come over here, you can see the cut in the Adobe right here. They opened it to take it out. To go out this exit over here, and here it is, they plastered it, but it didn't stick well here. And it continues, maybe that's where that property ends. From there to here, it's another one. These are very, very old houses that they have. Thank you. Here it's just stone set with mud, it's not mortar. Look, I can take it out here. Here it is. The little bit of soil you can see here, look. This was set with mud, it's not mortar. I think here they already added this concrete reinforcement to prevent it from opening. Very nice, just look at that. What beautiful work that is, yes? That's how the community of El Terrero is. The reservoir, I imagine, I think. It was a reservoir because maybe they've already improved this. It says here, welcome to El Terrero del Refugio. Calvillo, Aguascalientes. All right then, we're here, let's go. Wow, but there it is, there's a house closed off here. Also very old. I think this used to be a school. It was a school that, well, these were the schools that were built before all this movement started. The people here built the schools for the good of the family, for their children. Here's another house, you can see it in the background. Another room, very, 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 very old. There were livestock handling pens here. Well, I think what's good here is agriculture and livestock. Everyone had their own livestock handling pens. Then all the modernization came. These wide doors were opened so that the tractor could fit through. along with the truck. I don't know, all the machinery and everything. But let's look again at that house in the back. A very old house. In the middle of the old things, well, now come the house is made with modern materials, right? So they don't work with clay or pure stone as much anymore, like the wall here. Here we go back to the same thing. Take a good look. Just think about how old this little wall is. And it's made with clay. Very good soil. There's the clay, and made with medium-sized stones. Everything is well arranged. People in the past worked more slowly, but with great care. Here it is already. And the trips to the stream, to the spring with the jug or the shoulder yoke to fetch water were over. Drinking water has arrived, and here are these houses. Very beautiful. That's good. Well, they're more or less following the same way of how these communities started with houses, stone houses, houses. Here it's like a park. What? Or is it a house? Shall we go in? Shall we go in? Excuse me, I'm coming in. I think it's something like a recreation center. Let's go in. Look, here's the bathroom. Then they think there's the bathroom. Maybe this is a community project. Is it a Temascal? Or is it for baking? This is really cool here. You come here, you bring your family. You have a good time. And look, in the shade of these pine trees, now that it's prickly pear season, well, you can enjoy them. There are the prickly pears. Here's the oven. Take a good look. It's made entirely of what we call volcanic rock. Look. What a job this fellow farmer did building this oven, huh? All little stones. Yeah? There's not a snake in there that'll grab your hand, right? Like what happened to that lady. The bench. Here you put the leaves in, and it grabs them and takes them inside. Yes, I think this is... Look at how beautiful this little tree is. What do you think this is called? What beautiful flowers it has. They really brighten up this place. Here, if you like to have a barbecue, well, this is the place. Look, here you put the pot for the beans first. Then you take it off. Finish the meat on the griddle. To heat up the tortillas, the table. The chairs for the guests. No, everything is here, man. Come over here to the yard, ask for permission there. And let me tell you something curious about this fountain. This fountain, judging by the material, only God knows how old that material is. Here it's already patched up. Here it's already patched up. Because this fountain has been here for many years. The stone itself says so. I don't know where. The shade is beautiful. We have bamboo here. Different kinds of palm trees. It's a garambolo. Thank you. It's good that there are people so active doing this. Thank you. I don't know if you have to pay 4 or 5 pesos to use the bathroom, but everything is there. The restroom. There you just close your eyes and...
This is the pitahaya that overtakes the trees.
This is the pitahaya. and it's about to bloom. Look, come so you can see it. Here it is. Oh, but it's already, I don't know, maybe it got hit by a pest, a worm, something like that. It's already wilted. Here it is. This is what made it wilt. Ah, and it won't open the same anymore. It's a very beautiful herb, but unfortunately it takes over the trees and dries them out wherever its branches spread. This one is putting down roots. It doesn't have another flower around here. No, right? No, there aren't any more. It's pretty.
And the only thing.
This, if I'm not mistaken. It's called trompo, this little tree. If you know it, let's see. If I'm wrong, I know it as trompo. This is a huache, it seems. A little huache that's already been used. Let me see if I can fix it so it doesn't go crooked. Oh, son Andres, come on, straighten up, son. It's going to be under that one. No, it won't work if there was one. Something to hold it with.
A little thread, a little string.
Well, if there was something to tie it with there. Let me see. If he stole this from me, I don't even know what it could be. They put this here so that this one can go up as well. All right, let's see if we can rig something up that works. Let's see. Let's take some measurements. Look, the point is that you're going to stay on the right path in life. May God give you. With the support that I'm also trying to give you, we're going to bring him down from here. We're not going to squeeze too hard because of the little palm. Since it's tender, but it's there.
There it is.
Now with these little branches too, for now we'll wind these around here so they don't keep getting in the way over there. This one goes over here. And it looks like it's done. It already looks like everything is going to turn out better. Now the gouache will go straight. And well, here we are walking down this street. In the community of Terrero, Guanusco, that's where the biznagas are. To make candy. From biznaga, it's great that they got it right when they planted those. Nothing, namaste. Thank you. Well, you have to make your way to the door very carefully because, oh God. And there's another one added on here. The thorns are very beautiful, but oh, they're nasty. No, man. These people, we're back to the same thing. Maybe I upset them by saying they're arrogant. Look at this. The lechuguilla. This is lechuguilla. It's used to make. Well, I don't know if any of you remember these woven mats. Whew, here it is. Now you just clean this, cut it from here, and start weaving. These are little thorns that we move them over here and everything is fine. But don't even think about running your hand from the tip toward the stalk, because that's where they attack. If you can see, the little thorns point that way. Look, see, they all have the little claw pointing that way to defend themselves. They defend themselves too. And here we arrive at the fruit orchard. These are apples. Here is an apple tree, thank God. And here is another one. Look, just see what beautiful fruit it has. When God wills it, let me tell you, those who go on contract, they send them back here within a month saying the apple crop didn't work out, that it didn't grow over there in Washington. And look, here, all that fruit is right here. But most of it is surviving. Those over there are beautiful. Look, look. Those over there are really beautiful. They look very tasty. This one, no, it seems it didn't want to. It didn't want to, Cello. That's it. We're walking these beautiful streets again, where people like to decorate their little houses. The obelisks. Those are the obelisks, very pretty. The trees that provide shade. This tree is the same as the last one, right?
There.
There's the little flower. Very pretty. Pretty? So we keep going this way. Walking through the streets of Terrero del Refugio in the municipality of Calvillo, from those very old houses, we move on to up to this one, which is also seen in a house from those years. From there to here. From there to here, it's been preserved with roof tiles. Why do we say it's from those years? Because the Adobe in this window. This window is very old, and look how well it's preserved. Mesquite wood, 100%. There it is, as if nothing ever happened. And here on the outside we can see the beams that support, I think, somewhere inside the roof. At least part of it, I think. One is Palo Colorado, the other appears to be Garambulo. Those are the ones that are holding up. People really knew how to preserve things. Now, look closely if I'm not mistaken. This, it is. From when tractors started being used to grind the fodder, they would make a hole in the wall because they didn't have the hopper to unload. To drop the fodder down, like they do nowadays when they bag it, the tractor would stop on the street, they'd put in the pipe, and the fodder would fall inside. There's the house, well preserved. Just look, this is what this ranch produces. Here's the old saddle frame kept as a memento of the grandfather, the uncle, I don't know. But the pride of the people, look, instead of saying, no, son, take this to your mom and tell her to put it under the griddle. Look, they kept it here. Here's another one. This was a saddle for a horse, for something. And there they have it stored. Like a keepsake, I tell you, he could say, look, this belonged to my dad. This was from my grandfather's saddle. This one, that's it, rather than leaving them lying around. They hung them up, they'll last many more years. That was a donkey saddle frame. Let me tell you, back in the day, maybe even still here in the mountains, all of this grows here, right in the mountains. But how they found out that this was used to make sweets. Everyone who made sweets started really going after the bisnaga cactus. The time came when it was almost becoming extinct, and now it seems that it's protected. People don't go there anymore, because before people used to go, they would cut it down, they would strip it and carry it on donkeys. And now, well, there are places where it grows. Some places don't, but I think this one does. Yes, it does. Yes, it grows. Because they have it as decoration here in the houses. It's just that right now, at this time, when you go to the mountains and you find a little biznaga cactus, well, you carry it, take it home, and plant it. We're going down now because here there's a pool. There are the bounce houses. There's that big house, which I think, well, yes, that's how it was. When this community started, that's how far apart the neighbors were. Look, those houses were over there, and here are some others as well. The neighbors were far apart. There were fewer people. And this, apparently, I don't know, it was a well. Because it's fine. A tank, but there's another one, there's an island there. It's so that the seals can sunbathe.
I think that's where the well.
Right? I think maybe it was like a spring, a well. Then, when they saw there was extra and all the runoff from the community, because we're back to the same thing. The communities have changed a lot. Now the streets are paved, the water runs off quickly, it doesn't soak in much anymore, right? The muddy spots are gone. And seeing that there was more water, they did that. And if you look, there is the fruit. This is a very, very tasty fruit. Well, back where I'm from, they're called garambulos. Here, I don't know. This is about to ripen. You come and grab this. I'm not going to cut it because why? It changes color. Purple. Blue, very, very dark. When it turns blue, very dark, you cut it and eat it, and it's delicious. They're called garambulos. Also, this is food for the little animals, the little birds. They enjoy it a lot. It's like a raisin, so to speak. It's like a raisin. And if you notice, this land is very productive. The garambulo has so many on it. And well, friends, let me tell you, those of you who left here, away from what this once was, El Terrero del Refugio, municipality of Calvillo here. With this, hopefully, we can find someone who lived here, who left in search of a better life, in search of education, or what do I know? If you watch us, leave us a comment. This was a little tour we did of the community. It already looks very different. It's no longer the little waterside ranch it began as. So that's where we are. Your comments keep us going. Greetings, and we'll see you next time.